I think I'm live. I think I did it right. If you're seeing me, I did it right. I don't know. Can anybody see me out there? Anyway, I got all tied up in my damn busy day today, so I had no choice in this. It was either go live or do it on tape, and y'all ain't going to see it till 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So we decided live went well the other day. I think the last time I looked, we had like 7,700 views on that video. And, man, that tickled me to death. Facebook still has me in jail. I will be in jail until the 26th, I believe, at 11:30 at night, they even say. So they narrow it down. They've had me in jail for a while. So I cannot share and I cannot comment on other people's sites, except for JBS and other sites that allow me as admin. Then that's the only thing I can do. Anyway, it's Wednesday, people. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. Hell, it's 6:45. Wednesday's over with, baby. You got one more day. Friday don't count. Y'all know y'all try to get out a half a day anyway, so that's the way that shit will work. So you're almost to another weekend. So make sure you have the proper supplies. Stock up on whatever beer and buds you might be low on, because it's only a few days away. You don't want to get caught off guard without your supplies. So hustle up and get the beer ready, because weekend's coming again, baby. Anyway, what the hell's going on? Donnie's, look at there. It says tap to reconnect, trying to reconnect. I think I lost my signal. I get touchy with my internet here. I hope it's going to hold on to me. Donnie's all upset. Donnie's upset every day. Well, why is he upset this time? Well, because it's cutting out on me. It's cutting. Give me a little notice here on my screen that I just cut out on y'all. I live in near a river, on a river, in a valley with a lot of big trees around. I got a 30-foot antenna on top of my house for a what do they call it? Broadband connection. And if a bird flies by, I get knocked out. So
I'm coming in really glitchy right now.
I'm coming in glitchy, my son says. Oh, man, that's pitiful. Anyway, Donnie's all upset. Why? Because we all know he called Pootie. Well, Donnie came out on TV and said he called Pootie. Well, of course he was. He was getting a piece of paper. He was given a piece of paper by his national security staff. What did the paper say on it? It said in big, bold letters, do not congratulate. Do not congratulate. What does he do? Congratulations, comrade. Yeah, that's what Donnie does. He's not going to play hardball with Pootie. Are you shitting me? He is not going to say anything. He calls to congratulate him on a what? On a what? Free and fair election? Is that what you call that over there? Hell, he's been president now for what? 14 years or some shit like that? He's going to be president for a lot longer. Ain't nobody going to throw that guy out. I seen another glitch right there. Yeah, oh, man, I'm sorry about this, man. I could try to move this thing upstairs and put it right next to my router, but that would take a lot of time. Anyway, he did not bring up anything about meddling, anything about human rights, anything about the murders over in the UK, or anything else substantial to Pootie. They plan on a meeting. They're going to meet. Well, Donnie's going to get whispered in his ear exactly what Pootie wants. And you can see what's going on. You can see it in the man himself. Not only has he not done anything about the Russian meddling in our election in 2016, and boy, howdy shit, aren't we learning a lot of crap from Cambridge Analytical. That's just a cornucopia of information coming out there, the dastardly deeds that the Republicans, the Trump campaign, did with Cambridge Analytical. And anyway, Donnie now, he's got to turn this thing. He's not going to do anything about the meddling in the next election. Hell, he's got this down pat. This is his, baby. Pootie helped get him here. So, no, Donnie's not going to say anything. He's not going to do anything. As a matter of fact, the one thing he is trying to do is trying to make the big sell, baby. He's going to sell the idea that, hey, Russia is a good idea. This is a good idea. And his whole idea here now, he tweeted out what he tweeted out. He said Russia can help solve the problems with North Korea, Syria, Ukraine, ISIS. Oh, shit. There it is again. Trying to cut out. it's cutting out, people. I see it right there on my screen. I am so sorry. I have piss poor connection out here. And we have a beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's 75 degrees. There's not a single reason why I shouldn't have good internet.
No,
they want me to pay more money. They have a bigger broadband, they said. I could have more bandwidth if I just pay more money. Of course, that's the way it all goes. Anyway. What?
Most people are saying they can still hear you. You look like a Picasso.
I look like Picasso. Well, my nose is over here and... Oh, man, that's not good. That's not good at all, people. That's a pitiful picture. How's the sound? I'd like to know that because we're running our sound off of a professional-looking microphone there. So I hope the sound's all right. I am so sorry about this, the picture. I don't know what to do. Normally, y'all get a good picture on the video, and
some people are actually finding it quite funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it's funny. I look better this way.
But a lot of people are saying the audio is coming in clear, so just keep doing you, and hopefully the internet gets better. We'll
try to get the internet better or something, and I don't know, people. I'm trying my best. Anyway, he's doing the big sell. He's telling us that Russia can help us with the problems with North Korea, Syria, the Ukraine, ISIS, Iran, and even the coming arms race. The coming arms race. Yeah, who's pushing that idea? Donnie? You? We need more nukes. We need more nukes. We need more nukes. That's all Donnie's been yelling about that. Of course, Putin's going to try to. That's how arms races get started, Donnie, without sane people talking about lowering the threat of nuclear annihilation around here. Hell no, we got dicks out there swinging around. We want more and bigger bombs. We'll annihilate everybody. That's the kind of mentality that he's going with, and it just pisses me off. He says Bush tried to get along with Putin, but he didn't have the smarts. What are you saying there, Donnie? That W there didn't have the intelligence to deal with Putin? That's what you're doing. You call everybody out. He goes on to the next line that Obama and Clinton tried, but didn't have the energy or chemistry. That's right, baby. Donnie's got chemistry with Putin. Yeah, and we all know what chemistry he's got with Putin. Yeah, as he kneels in front of him to get his orders exactly from what he should be doing to the king of the world, I guess, because that's what Donnie's trying to do. Sell this country out to Russia and make it look like it's a package deal with a ribbon tied on it. Here, Putin, we're all buddy now. Now where's that oil at? Don't pay no attention to the Ukraine. Them people wanted the Russians and all the other shit up in the Baltics and everything else that Putin's doing, besides killing people on other countries' soil. Now, that's all good with Donnie. Donnie's okay with that. He's not going to bring up any of that because Donnie doesn't have the huevos to bring up anything. Donnie is a follower. He needs somebody. That's how come he watches Fox and Friends in the morning, so he can be told what the hell to say. And I did not write it down, but ain't there somebody, big Fox News contributor over there, an ex-lieutenant colonel or something, who has been a contributor to Fox for a long time and said he finally has to leave it because he's fed up with it being a propaganda machine for Trump, and that's all that bullshit Mountain Fox News is. They don't give you the news. They give you the crap Russia is putting out. Russia is the same thing as Fox News is putting out over there on Hannity and all that other crap. Those are the same stories the Russians are trying to push. And that's where they're coming out at, right up there on Fox Spews every damn day. And Donnie sits right there in his underwear scratching his butt, making sure he watches that every day. Because he ain't got no presidential shit to do. Oh, he takes executive time. Yeah, that's what it is, executive time. Is my picture still screwed up, people? I'm so sorry.
A little bit every now and then. It keeps cutting in and out.
It keeps cutting in and out. Now, yeah. Story of my life, but that's how my day went. But anyway, the biggest thing that he's mad about today, stomping all around his little playpen up there in the White House, is that somebody leaked the story that he communicated with Putin. Donnie did come out on TV and said he made the call, but not the words about what was written on that piece of paper about do not compliment him on his winning victory over there in his election. Don't do that, Donnie. But he did it anyway. And he's all worried about who made the big leak. Had to be somebody in the inner circle, you know, because it was a very tight circle that knew that. So it shouldn't be hard to figure out. John Kelly, did you do that? Are you trying to signal to the world, hey, we're trying to tell him what to do, but he just doesn't listen. He's not going to listen. Donnie's already told us about that shit. I'm going to listen to my gut. Are you shitting me after eating a big old McDonald's hamburger and all that shit? Your gut's not telling you the right thing, Donnie. We have to put up with that shit. Former CIA Director John Brennan. Now, I told y'all before, these are not, you know, just Joe Blow on the street who has an opinion like me. No. This guy's the ex-director of the CIA. And he comes out and says that it is possible that Russia has something on Donnie and believes the country's future is in jeopardy. That's what he said. An ex-CIA director saying he fears that the man that sits in our house can be compromised by Russia because Russia has something on him. You think? Hell, Stormy Daniels has something on him. All them other women have something on him. They got photographs. They got videos. They got the messages that Donnie sent them. Hell, one of them talked to him on the phone. Are you shitting me? Yes, they called me up. Stormy called me up, wanted me to come over and get in a threesome with Donnie. Well, was Donald on the phone? Well, yes, he was on the phone. But he calls them all liars. He calls them all liars, and that little line of his might be the one bee that bites him in the butt, stings him right where it don't hurt, where it's going to hurt the worst. Right on his head of whatever. Because what he said they're all liars. Well, now, the court has come out and said that the lady that he called a liar can sue him for defamation of character. And Donnie is going to have to come up and prove that she's a liar, or she could win the case. So, what do we got to look forward to besides all the selling out to our ass to Russia and everything else? Porn stars, Playboy bunnies, women that were not willing victims. I call them all victims. Stormy said there was no sleeping involved. She did not sleep with the president. Nope. Everything else, but there ain't no sleeping going on. So that's what we got to look forward to. And I don't know, people. There's a whole mess of crap that's going to be going down, and we're all going to sit out here and witness it while we know Mueller is just getting closer and closer to this shit. Yep, Stormy Daniels got shit on him. I don't know how the Russians can't have something on his ass. You know, he was over there playing during the old Miss America or Miss Universe contest that they had over there ever since then. You think he went to Russia and they don't have video of him? Are you kidding me? He's going to continue to kiss Putin's butt until we throw his ass out of office. And we can't do that soon enough. And because we got to get the rest of their assholes out. Ben Carson, what the hell did he do? Well, he threw his wife under the bus. Yep, that $31,000 dinette set that they was going to have for his office. Well, he didn't know nothing about it. It was his wife. It was my wife that did that. Throw her right under the bus, dude. Chivalry. Have you ever heard of it? That's your wife, bud. No shit. Are you saying you just married a money-grubbing woman that's going to go out and just spend all your money, all our money? Yeah. Well, Ben Carson needs to learn how to shut his mouth. He takes a long time with his sentences. You would think that his mind, his brilliant mind, his brain surgeon mind would have enough time to think shit before it comes out of his mouth. Because now he's all upset. He's concerned about the homeless shelters in America. That's right, baby. Ben Carson, the head of HUD, is concerned about our homeless population. Well, thank goodness, because they need help. All of them need help standing in the streets on cold nights. So no place to sleep, no place to eat. Hell yes, those people are the ones we need to take care of. All of them. But not Ben Carson. He don't think all of them. Oh, no. Even in a homeless shelter, Ben Carson's got a prejudice there. He doesn't want transgender people entering into the shelters because it makes the other people uncomfortable. Are you shitting me? You weaselly little head mind. This guy, how can a brain surgeon so brilliant to save lives like that be so ignorant in his speech, in his thought process, in every bubbling thing that comes out of his butt? Transgender? You're going to throw the transgender people out because they make somebody uncomfortable? I call bullshit. I don't think anybody told you that transgender people are making me uncomfortable, so I won't stay in the shelter. I think Ben Carson's pulling crap out of his ass from his own religious beliefs and trying to enter them into the law, into the rules and regulations on our homeless shelters. Are you shitting me? And the other day he came out and was talking about he didn't want to make things too comfortable in housing. Really? Whilst your wife goes out and spends $31,000 laughing their ass off in your wealthy little mansion when you sit nice and warm at night, you're gonna deny somebody based on your religion, on your beliefs, on your fairy tale crap, on whether or not they can spend the night in a homeless shelter. That's disgusting. And that's the kind of shit that we have to get out of our house. It is all in his cabinet. You can look at every one of them. Look at the crap Betsy DeVos is doing now. What a story about her I heard. Shit, let me think about it. Oh, anyway.
Really quick,
huh?
You top knob on the top of the the microphone. You're kind of peaking in the red, so just turn it down just a hair.
Turn top knob down. This is a sophisticated little microphone here, baby. Turn it down.
Yeah, turn it down just a little bit. You might be turning it up. I can't tell from
here. Is that better? Is that better? I hope I'm not breaking up. Hell, I hope the picture's coming through the sound. We got things to work out, people. I'm trying to put this together so everybody can see it. We did not get up on YouTube with the Monday show. We're going to have to try to rip the film from Facebook and put it up over there on YouTube. So I don't want to leave anybody out. And because Monday's rant did not get up on YouTube or on Twitter. And we can't have that because we got friends out there we're concerned about too. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Ben Carson. The hell with Ben Carson. You know where he's gone? Jesus told me where he's going. Yeah, it ain't up there in a nice, warm, $31,000 dining set mansion on a hill with a crown. I don't think so. You know, that always bothers me that Christians always think that if you get to heaven, you're going to live in a mansion on top of a hill with a crown of jewels in your head. And that bothers me because is that what you value in life? Is that what you think a proper reward for a good life should be? Is that you walk on streets of gold and live in a high mansion and wear a crown on your head? Well, hell, ain't that what everybody's trying to do down here? Ain't that what Trump's trying to do right here? He wants to live in the fancy mansion and the crown on his head. You damn well believe he wants to be a king, a potentate. You know, put a crown on his head. That's exactly what he wants. That's not heaven. That's greed. We need to learn the difference. Anyway, don't get me off on that district. What the hell is Arthur Jones doing up in the 11th district of Illinois? I mean, the 3rd. Illinois' 3rd district. What in the hell's going on up here? Now, this tells you, I've told you all this before, there's a problem in the Republican Party. It's a problem because of integrity, of character. Because this guy, Arthur Jones up in Illinois, he won the primary for the Republican Party. He's that guy we've talked about before. He's a Holocaust denier. He's anti-Semitic. Go to his website, his campaign page, and there's anti-Semitic shit on there. He thinks that 6 million dead Jewish people is not enough to convince anybody that anything was going on. He's a Nazi sympathizer. He's a fascist. He has those kind of people. He said he thinks the Jewish faith is pornographic and satanic. And he won the primary in the Republican Party. That tells us a whole lot about the character that is inside the Republican Party right now. That's how come I'm behind people like Beto O'Rourke, Eric Olgain, those people that are standing up for the people of Texas. I hope there's somebody up in your district, up in Illinois' 3rd district, a good, strong Democrat that can stand up and beat this guy that is obviously a racist asshole, and we don't need those people in our house, anywhere in our house, state house, county house, city hall. We don't need them anywhere, and we don't need them in our house in Washington. And that's why we have to keep trying this, keep trying everything we can do. There is a march on March 24th, March for Life. This is with the kids. This is with the survivors of Parkland School. This is a call for all of us to be in the street. There can be no doubt anything about the character of the man that sits in our house and what he's trying to do. We see it every day. His crime family, the money that he's benefiting from being president, that's what he's concerned about, and that's what he's loved. That's what he's in this for. Anyway, they got the Austin bomber. Well, he kind of got himself. We're thankful for that. I don't give a shit which way he went. He had to go. And Austin up here in Texas has been suffering through some bombs being set off by this old boy. He's a 23-year-old white kid.
No criminal record.
No criminal record. He's not a Muslim. He's not a terrorist. A Muslim and a terrorist, they're not the ones that shot up Parkland. They're not the ones that shoot up churches or outdoor concerts. Those are our people that do this. These are our citizens in this country that are doing something while we concentrate on building walls or banning Muslims or any other kind of crap Donnie's trying to pull. Then we can see what his kind of hate gives rise to people that want to do other people harm. I do believe that. I do. Since he's been in, the hate crimes have gone up. Everything's gone up because people think it's okay. Because the president up there says it's okay. He supports neo-Nazis. There's some good people in there. Don't get mad at them just because they're the way they are. Are you shitting me? We should be outraged at the way they are. And I will continue to be outraged over cockroaches and white supremacists and neo-Nazi scum by their little rebel flag and their Nazi flag and all that shit right next to an American flag. And they're disgusting cockroaches, and that's all they should ever be referred to. But I'm glad they got that bomber, and because this society of ours cannot put up with that kind of stuff. Anyway, what else is going on? No meddling, no nothing. He didn't bring up squad. I'm checking. Dumb Donnie. Now, I don't have the full tweet here. All I did was write down the words. Evidently, he made out a tweet, and in that tweet, he misspelled the word council 3 times in the same tweet. He wrote the word weather when he meant to be, he wrote weather when he's supposed to read weather. Now, I know that's a hard one, but Donnie, you know, didn't you graduate from that, what was the name of that school? The Wharton School of Finance. Doesn't say anything about spelling. He goes on, you know, it's not the first time. I looked down there because, you know, how many, the words that he misspelled. Tap, T-A-P-P instead of T-A-P. Are you shitting? Heal. Heal the nation. H-E-E-L. He's an illiterate idiot who stumbled in this shit with the help of Russians to get control of our government, to try to destroy as much of our institutions as he possibly can, whilst he tries to convince us all that the best way for America to go is to be friends with Russia. Let's hook up, baby. Aren't they on Tinder or whatever they use on that? Let's hook up with Russia, baby. That's what he's trying to do now. That's the message that he's trying to sell. And I'm not buying. I don't want his Russian crap. We have a hard enough in this country taking care of our shit, taking care of the homeless transgender people that Donnie wants to throw out in the street, or that Ben Carson don't think are worthy enough. Really? Joseph built the pyramids to store grain. Ben, are you shitting me? That will go down in history as one of the most ignorant statements by a smart man there ever was. You know? You don't even believe your own Bible. You don't, your own studies, nothing. You just think shit out of your head. But when you try to use the crap that comes out of your ass to try to institute law and rules and regulations about who gets to help and who doesn't, then no, you could take your religion, shove it up your butt, because I don't really care about your religion. I care about that transgender person still sitting out on the damn street somewhere, because now they have to be worried that they won't get in because Ben Carson's setting out a rule that they can't get in the door because somebody's uncomfortable. We know who's uncomfortable, Ben. You are. And we are uncomfortable having you in our house. So, you know, along with the rest of the idiots, the Betsy DeVosses, who's our governor? I keep forgetting my own ex-governor's name. Rick Perry! I'm sorry. Dumbass Rick, who I guess is going to leave energy and go somewhere else because he's done screwed up energy. That's what I mean, people. These people are in there to destroy all this crap. And it's Betsy DeVos got called out on something. Oh, yes! What was it? It also had to do with this. See, this shit runs rampant in there when these so-called religious people get in there. Betsy DeVos, she's a big Christian now, big Christian. Now she's in charge of education. And I heard or read a story in there where she's having to be challenged because she's the one that wants to give public funding to private schools. You know, little Billy and little Janie don't like to go over there to the public school, you know, because it's filled up with the wrong kind of people. So they want to send them over there to the private school. Well, that's good and fine. Coming out of your pocket, that's good. Send them anywhere you want. Catholic school, Baptist school, whatever school you want to send them to. That's fine. Your money, your dime. You get what you want. Public schools are paid for with public money. Now, the thing is, they cornered her on the question of LGBT rights in those private schools. We cannot give funding to private schools that have the right to discriminate against the students that go to that school. You can't have that shit. And that's in those rules. Those private schools, when they come up there and say, no, little Billy can't be in here if he's transgender. You know, little Susie can't be in here because, you know, she's homosexual. We can't have that. She's lesbian. No, we can't have any of that stuff in here. No, then you don't get funding from public funds. You just don't. It doesn't work that way. And they had to corner her and force her to answer the question, yes or no. Are schools allowed to receive public funding if they have discriminatory practices at their school? The answer is no, and they had to drag it out of her. That's the direction she wants to go with her religion. Just like Ben Carson wants to drag it into homeless shelters. Betsy DeVos wants to drag it into school financing. It's okay to discriminate. It's okay if you don't want to bake a cake for a gay wedding. Everything's okay because of your religious make-up bullshit rights. And I think that's bullshit. If you serve the public, you serve all of the public. If you don't want to serve the whole public, don't get in public. Go behind your little closed doors and do all the hateful shit you want to. Just don't bring it out here because we don't want it in our society. A benevolent society is not that hard to do. It's not that hard to imagine. Jesus, John Lennon told us a long time ago. Just imagine. Imagine what we could do if all of us worked together, if we all had compassion and empathy for our fellow man, no matter who they are. Are you shitting me? This is 2018, and we're having to deal with ridiculous issues like that. Why? Because somebody drags their religion into the law, and that's a problem. Because we all don't serve one God. Are you shitting me? Look across the country. Every church has a different one. So how do we accommodate all that? The Southern Baptist, with the Presbyterian, with the Muslim, with the Jewish faith, with Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you believe in, how do we bring that and justify all that with the teachings? I think all of them are supposedly teaching peace and acceptance, not vile, disgusting hate. And we don't need that. Anyway, I get off on a tangent when I get on that stuff. Jeff Sessions is not under investigation. That's what Jeff Sessions' lawyer came out, and you know what that means. Jeff Sessions under investigation. Yes. They're trying to go back. I don't know what this story is about. I just saw a ticker up there a little while ago that Jeff Sessions' lawyer is coming out saying that Jeff Sessions is not being investigated for perjury. Now, just thinking back, the only thing that I could think of where he might have perjured himself pretty good time, is when he was in that, talking about that meeting with Papadopoulos and Donnie and all of them people were in that meeting, and Papadopoulos brought up that Russian meeting. You know, hey, we can meet with the Russians. Let's go do that. And he said he shut it down. I shut that down. We won't have no discussion like that. Well, 3 of those witnesses in that meeting have told Mueller that that didn't happen. That Jeff Sessions did not jump up and try to shut that meeting down. So I don't know if that's it. I've got to read a little bit more into it. I just saw the thing, but that he's not under investigation. So you know he's under investigation. That's why his lawyer's there. That's why he's got a lawyer. It's because we can't trust him. Are you shitting me? He lied about meeting with the Russians in his confirmation Senate hearing and all that shit. Jeff Sessions can lie when he wants to and then come back and say, oh, well, that's not what I remember, or I misspoke, or I don't recall that. You know, all sorts of other side-stepping bullshit that he came up with, and then it all ended with him having to recuse himself from the Russia investigation, which he ain't done yet because he's stepping in the shit with McCabe. So I think that's what they're checking into now, is what Jeffy Boy knew when McCabe was fired and the reasons for his firings, because we all know that was a cheap shot, and Jeff Sessions was a scumbag little coward for carrying out a hit on a career FBI man. Days, hours within his retirement, like a cheap little shit that he was. And that's the kind of attorney general we have. Look at the kind of president we have. Look at the cabinet for the HUD or education. Look at these people. They're scumbags trying to take all they can from us while they destroy the institutions they belong running. They're running. They're just set there to destroy everything and scoop up money. I swear. That's all I see. I don't see them trying to fight the next Russian interference in our election. I don't see them trying to stop that. Hell no. Donnie's rooting for the Russians. Are you shitting me? They help Donnie. Donnie will go along. Hey, you want to meet with the Russians to find dirt on Hillary? Well, I love it. That's the attitude of the Trump family. They're our scumbags. They're takers. Remember that old saying they all used to say, oh, there's givers and there's takers. Yeah, well, guess who the takers are? And they're taking mighty big. And they have no qualms about doing it every day. So every day, we have to be involved, one way or the other. We have to be informed. We have to raise our, excuse me. I just finished a big old bowl of stew Mama made, so I'm quite full right now. But anyway, I'm so proud of the people. We have us march on March 24th, this Saturday, a March for Life. If you don't know if there's a march in your area, go over to John Bernavo Speaks, Blue Dot Family at that site, and they have a listing there that they can tell you if there's going to be a protest around where you live. The thing is, we all have to be active wherever we live. I'm trying to push Eric Olguin. I'm trying to push Beto O'Rourke in my areas, in my area, and others that I think I want serving my district and my county. This is all about, starts at the grassroots level down here at the bottom with us, the voter. Because if we can't do it, it's not going to get done. Washington's not going to change on a whim. They're not going to change because one march. But when we keep marching, when we be persistent, then we win. And we need to be persistent. I wish I could go through all those comments. I see them going over there all the time. Is there anything there? Deborah Roper Rollins, I see you. Linda Calbero. I'm sorry. See, I go to mentioning names. Linda Calabro. Huh?
Whole lot of love in the chat.
A whole lot of loving. Donna Bonacosi, I see. I always get off, because off the top of my head, when I go to Sinking Donna, I got Donna Sturdivant and Donna Bonacosi over here. I got several Donnas that could run through my head. And so I don't know. I have to keep them. And there's a lot of names in my head, people. I swear to you, I'm not lying to you. Norman Pincombe, who right now is in ICU up in Canada. I'm thinking of you constantly, buddy. He's the one that made this beautiful necklace for me. And Sue Poole is the one that made this little dot down here, this little button. Wendy Spalding gave me my little bracelet here to remind me that our future is ahead of us. Colleen Batson that sent our little oyster. All this stuff. All these names stay up in my head. I swear they do. I don't have any place, a piece of paper big enough to write them.